to really ingrain this and build a culture of gratitude where people are thinking of this stuff and being creative about it as well, and listening for those things, what steps can a leader take to build that kind of culture?
Yeah, I think about it in two ways, sort of the internal and external, and I think they go together. I think the obvious one that most people think about is that internal. What am I going to do internally to build a culture of gratitude? Because you will have a more effective team and a happier team if you can get there. One thing I sort of coach teams on, and we definitely do here, a lot of times it sort of gets centralized within HR. And to your point, that's a good chance to automate things like, thank you for your work anniversary, your birthday, right? Like those can and probably should be automated, right? We just want to acknowledge everyone in that capacity. But when you start to centralize the things, you've seen programs, I'm sure, where people earn points or can kind of acknowledge someone with, a thumbs up. And I don't think those things are necessarily bad, but again, you're losing that personalization, right? So I always encourage, just even if it's a few dollars to the manager, right? $20 a month, and let them sort of, it's almost like little spot thank yous that are a little more, music to the music lover, coffee for the coffee lover. Like they know their people, right? And the centralized, when you have thousands of employees, especially that sort of centralized program, it's just naturally going to lose some of that personalization. So if you could take some of that budget, give it in the hands of your managers, and it does not have to be a lot of money, but just let them on the spot, not be monetary, but be a thing that that person's going to love, or that they talked about, or that they learned about them. I think that's super important internally. Maybe even more important, and I think people skip this, the best way to actually build an internal culture of gratitude is to make sure you have that external culture of gratitude. What I mean is, and I've worked at a number of places where there's sort of a culture of like complaining about clients, which I never understood. Like you're not here without those guys, right?
Right.
And we try to tell people that, especially the pain in the butt client, the one that is constantly complaining and telling you what you need to do better, that is the client you are most grateful for, because they're the one who cares, right? They want you to be better. They want to show you what they think is working, what matters to them as a customer. So while yes, it's painful on a day-to-day basis to have that client that makes you roll your eyes when they're calling you, they're actually the ones that are making you better. And so really nipping in the bud early, that idea of a complaint culture about anything like vendors or clients, like it's just not productive. We got to be grateful, even if we don't always love them. You got to be grateful for that person and that client, and know that, you don't exist without them.
I mean, feedback is a gift, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.